Something big just happened at OpenAI. And trust me, it's going to completely change the AI tools you use every single day. So let's get right into it and break down what's going on.
Okay, be honest. Have you ever been using ChatGPT or any AI tool really and just thought to yourself, man, this is powerful, but wow, it could be so much easier to use? Yeah, you're definitely not alone.
Well, guess what? They're about to get a whole lot better. And in this explainer, we're going to show you exactly why and how your entire AI experience is about to get a major upgrade. So, what's the big secret? What's driving this huge change? Well, it all boils down to two massive, game-changing moves that OpenAI just made. First, a blockbuster acquisition. And second, they brought in a whole new leadership team, a team that is laser-focused on one thing, making products that you love to use, products that just work. All right, let's talk about that acquisition first. OpenAI just bought a Seattle-based startup called Statsig. Now, you might not have heard of them, but Statsig is kind of a big deal. They're like the secret weapon that tons of top tech companies use behind the scenes to build and polish their products. And you're not going to believe the price tag on this thing. We're talking $1.1 billion, all in stock. That is a massive number. And the fact that it matches Statsig's last valuation tells you everything you need to know. It shows just how incredibly important OpenAI thinks this company is for their future. But here's the real kicker. This isn't really about buying their software. Nope. This is what you call an acqui-hire. It's a strategic play to bring in their people and their whole product-building philosophy, a philosophy that is absolutely obsessed with using data to make amazing products for people like you and me. So what is this magic philosophy? What's Statsig's secret sauce? Well, it really all comes down to one simple but incredibly powerful idea: A/B testing. Now, A/B testing sounds technical, but it's actually super simple. You've got a new idea for a feature, right? Instead of just launching it and hoping for the best, you create two versions of it. Let's call them version A and version B. You show A to one group of users and B to another. Then you just watch. You measure which one performs better. Whichever one wins, that's the one that gets rolled out to everybody. It's simple, but it is a total game changer for building good products. Let me give you a quick analogy. Imagine a chef wants to add a new sauce to the menu. Instead of just guessing, she makes two recipes, sauce A and sauce B. She gives sauce A to half the tables in the restaurant and sauce B to the other half. Then she just asks people which one they liked more. The sauce that gets the best reviews? That's the one that makes it onto the permanent menu. That is exactly what Statsig allows OpenAI to do. But instead of sauces, it's with new features for hundreds of millions of people. And here's what's so wild about this whole thing. OpenAI was already one of Statsig's biggest customers. Just listen to this quote from one of their engineers. They were already using these tools to run hundreds of experiments. So this isn't some new idea for them. They didn't just see the potential here, they were already living it. And they liked it so much, they bought the whole company. Okay, so this acquisition isn't just about the tech, right? It's really about the people. By buying Statsig, OpenAI just brought in some of the absolute sharpest minds in the product world to join their leadership team. And I'm not kidding, this is basically a product dream team. First, you've got Fidji Simo, the new CEO of applications. She's the former CEO of Instacart, the person who took it to profitability. Before that, she spent a decade at Facebook building their massive ad business. Her whole career is about turning cool tech into products people actually want to use and pay for. Then you have Vijaye Raji. He's the founder and CEO of Statsig, and now he's the CTO of applications at OpenAI. This guy is a 20-year veteran. He spent 10 years at Microsoft working on Windows and another 10 at Facebook, scaling up things like Marketplace and Messenger for billions of users. So what's the big takeaway here? These aren't researchers in a lab. These are world-class product builders. And you have to understand, this acquisition, it didn't just happen out of the blue. It's really the final exclamation point on OpenAI's incredibly fast transformation from being a pure research lab into an absolute product house power. I mean, just look at this timeline. It's insane. We're talking about a few short months here. In that time, Sam Altman completely reorganizes the company to focus on applications. Then they announce Fidji Simo as the head of that new division. She starts a month later. And then boom, a month after that, they acquire Statsig and bring its founder, Vijaye Raji, on as her CTO. This is a company moving at lightning speed and with a very, very clear goal in mind. What this also does is it really clarifies who's doing what at the top. The CEO, Sam Altman, he can now step back a bit and focus on the really long-term, crazy moonshot ideas, things like robotics and the future of AI. And at the same time, he's handed over the keys to the products that you and I use today to this brand new, super specialized team. It's a really smart division of labor designed to win on both the future and the present. And believe me, the stakes here could not be higher. There are reports that OpenAI is looking at a new valuation of $500 billion. That's 500 billion. With that kind of money on the line, the pressure is absolutely immense to turn their incredible AI models into products that are stable, profitable, and that people genuinely love using. This whole strategy, it's all designed to make sure that happens.
Okay, so we've talked about the acquisition, the new dream team, the big strategy, but let's bring it all back down to earth. What does any of this actually mean for you when you open up ChatGPT? All right, here's the bottom line. Here's what you can expect to see. First, faster updates, because now they can test and roll out new features way more quickly and safely. Second, the features you get are going to be smarter. They'll be based on actual data from real users, not just some developer's hunch. All of this adds up to a much, much better user experience for you. It means less guesswork in the lab and more data-driven design in the apps you use every day. And finally, you can expect more reliable products. These controlled rollouts mean fewer bugs and just a smoother experience all around.
So to wrap all this up, here's the big idea to leave you with. OpenAI is clearly finally getting serious about product. They're transforming their mind-blowing technology into polished, easy-to-use tools. And that leaves us with a really important question. As AI gets better and better at just being a product, something we use every day like any other app on our phone, what does that mean for its biggest promises? And maybe its biggest risks? That is something we are all going to be watching very closely.